Um, and so, Alok, congratulations on a 740.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot.
And so, what was your earlier score? Was it 630? That
No, actually it is 690.
690. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, last time I prepared very hard actually, so I got 690. Yeah.
And this time you didn't prepare as hard, and you got a
No,
740.
actually this time it was more about planning than about preparation. Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't follow many of the like resources or anything. I just means quant I was always good with, so I hardly spent about maybe 20 or 30 hours of preparation in quant. But my entire focus was in verbal because that was the part I had to improve tremendously. And first thing I did, I signed up for e-GMAT.
Okay, let's actually start with your first attempt first.
Okay. Yeah.
So you said your first attempt you got a 690. What is a Q50 V33 if I remember correctly, right?
Yes.
I should have really done the math myself rather than.
Yeah.
So how did you study for that first attempt? You said you studied really hard.
Yeah, actually, I was a bit lucky. I had a mentor, one of my seniors. He's a friend. He's the elder brother to my friend. So he was preparing for GMAT, and his sister was also preparing for GMAT. Both were e-GMAT students. Okay. So he guided me from the beginning itself that what part to study is, what to not, and how to approach. So I started everything about, I think, last October or November I started.
2016 October, November. Okay.
October, November started, and he gave me like all the PDFs, whatever he had, and some of the materials like some of the GMAT club books and some MGMAT books, everything. I had most of the things I had, but I don't know what happened last time. I can't really measure what went wrong. I really studied hard. But probably I was missing that thing in e-GMAT everybody talks about, right? That ability. Probably I didn't had that ability last time. So this time probably I have that ability. So that is the major difference what I feel happened last time and this time.
Okay.
And I signed up for a quant course from Math Revolution. It was quite helpful for me. Anyways, I never scored less than 48 even when I started. That time also I was my first attempt without preparation was Q47. So I didn't had do anything at all for quant. But what I did the mistake,
But you say your first time, you're talking about your first mock test, not your real.
First mock test. Quant was 47, but verbal was somewhere like some 20 or 19. I don't remember properly. Total score was 560, I guess. What I get. So quant I was already confident about. So my approach was to strengthen my quant. I targeted for a 51. Okay. I signed up Math Revolution mainly for the access to GMAT Club questions.
GMAT Club test, okay.
Yeah, GMAT Club test, and I almost gave like maybe 15 or 16 GMAT Club tests last time around for quant. Most of them I scored 50, 51, 50, 51.
Okay, that is very good.
Always. So, but I don't know what happened in real test. I scored 50. Okay, so I was not much bothered about that 50, 51, not a big deal. Okay, so but this much I came to know that to jump from 50 to 51, it's going to be a huge task.
It also depends on how you perform on that day. It's not so much about ability. It's just again,
So I decided that this time I'm not going to stress at all in quant. So I decided to focus in verbal itself. This is about last Jan 13th, I appeared my first GMAT. And that time I decided I'll apply to a few schools with 690 just to check, just to get the feeling of that application process and everything.
Okay.
So I applied into 2-3 schools because this time I had planned to apply. This is the so just to have a mock-up feel kind of thing for the application process also. So I did it quite a bit research on MBA application process. I wrote a few essays. Even I applied to Oxford also last time. So I did my bit for the application process also next 2 to 3 months. Then I had decided I'll again start my preparation for GMAT.
So you applied, but I'm assuming you didn't get into any good school.
No. I didn't. I was shortlisted for Washington University. All in, I had my interview there, but I was waitlisted there. And Boston University, I was waitlisted. These two schools I was waitlisted. Okay. So it was like I was certain that with 690 I'm not going to get into any good schools which I aspire to go. So this was clearly just for me a practice deal, or like a what do you call, just kind of practice. So I was prepared for the decline. Then I had planned to start my preparation in somewhere June, July for this
for the next attempt. Yes.
For the next attempt. But in the meantime, I got this job in UK. I came here in April end I came here. Then the work here is very hectic. So being in the client location and all everything. So I didn't get time for the GMAT preparation or anything. But somewhere again, I don't know what happens whenever winter comes.
You want to take the GMAT?
Yeah, I want to take the GMAT. So again, this July, I think I started again preparation for GMAT. I took a few mock tests, the official ones which were free. So those two I taken. I again scored 730. So probably main reason is that most of the question I had already seen. And means I'm blessed with a very good memory actually. I can remember the questions from last year easily. So so those were not indicative of my real performance. So again I started anyways, and then I went for the questions in GMAT club and I scored 49. So I thought, okay, GMAT club questions I didn't remember most of them.
So but quant 49.
Quant part I was confident on my ability in the quant part. So I decided, okay, this time around it's all verbal, no quant. So for a month I didn't even touch quant. So my strategy was to just one question, 2 questions, or maybe 5 questions of quant, just to get the feel of the data sufficiency, problem solving, because GMAT is all about the tricks. It's the math itself is not difficult.
Yes.
The trick is it's a bit tricky. So you have to be in that in GMAT mode. So I decided I'll be in the GMAT mode throughout my preparation, but I'm not going to stress much on the quant side of it.
Okay.
Then I started my preparation with whatever the resources I had. The books I had, I studied them. I went through the grammars and all. Then I decided I was still scoring around 33, I guess, still scoring 33. After 15-20 days of preparation. 15-20 days means I was hardly studying an hour or two per day. That was also not consistently. So I decided I'll go for a course, any verbal course. Then I think I spoke with e-GMAT guys. I had like 6-7 days of email communication. Okay. I did a lot of negotiation and all. So then I decided e-GMAT, I'll go for e-GMAT, because I was already impressed with e-GMAT, because I already had seen 2 of my known people who had already succeeded through e-GMAT. One of them got around like some 85% scholarship, and she's studying in Kenan Feather. So yeah, so I was all
want a reference though.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. So I was certain that I was going to take e-GMAT. Then finally I took e-GMAT in, I think, September, I guess. September mid something I started my preparation. And what I had judged that I'm not at all good with verbal. I considered myself very bad in verbal. Okay, with a B33, and what I aspired to get B42 or 43 actually. Although I didn't get it. So okay, so I decided these guys are the experts, so I'll follow them blindly. Okay, this is what I thought first. Okay, then my strategy was to I'll follow blindly. Then after some improvement, then maybe I'll be able to plan out something of my own. Okay, so this is what I had thought. So I first started with master comprehension and all. Then SC grammars and all. I was already aware of most of the grammar part of it, because already I had prepared one. So
you had a B33 as such.
Yeah. So SC was all, means I was good with SC primarily. So what I decided, I will concentrate more on SC. Even in verbal, I decided to concentrate more on SC because I was already good with. So I decided.
In your debrief, you talked about, you made that decision that you're going to aim for 95 percentile in sentence.
Yeah. I actually, at the last time, means at the last phase of the preparation, I was almost scoring 100 each time. Means
I saw that your ability in SC ability quizzes was 99 percentile.
Yeah, 99 percentile. So that was my plan actually. I had planned with that GMAT planner is there. e-GMAT provides a GMAT planner. There I saw that even with 70 percentile in RC, I can still score above 40.
Yes.
So means I'm still not very good with reading. Okay, because coming from a state board, I never studied English much. So I'm still very bad with English and speaking as well as reading English. So I decided I'll just do what I can do best. So I started, and I had planned to improve my SC 95 plus, and CR also I had planned to improve 95 plus, but I think I didn't reach 95 in CR. But still, I was in
90 percentile.
Yeah, 90 percentile.
Quizzes that I saw. Yes.
Yeah. Because actually, I had finished most of the CR questions by the end of my preparation. So that was means although the ability score shows 90, I personally believe that I had like around 95 ability in CR. Okay, so I was quite happy with that one. Then my major target means concern was timing. Okay, because I'm a very slow reader. So if I read properly, and I'll be reading around 70 or 80 words per minute by understanding. If I understand everything and read, then 70 to 80 words.
And comprehend.
Yeah. So I was not very comfortable with that timing, because with that timing I was going nowhere. So this verbal scholarinium, I spoke, I think Krishna, or I don't remember. I think Krishna was the host for that scholarinium. And I asked him that how can I skip some questions? Like how can I skip? And is it going to be like drastic, so any drastic changes in my results or anything? Then he explained those things to me properly, that you have to plan accordingly to your strengths. Okay. So I took his advice and I just started planning how can I skip. Then this e-GMAT had this amazing data points for you to analyze. So that was that was, I think, primarily it was very I can call that my strategy was completely based on those data points. But I saw that I'm very weak at inference questions. Okay, I'm very weak at
the skill data section in Scholarinium.
Yeah. That I'm bad with inference, and some of the miscellaneous topics I was bad with. So I decided if I ever I'm getting slow in the realism, I'm going to skip these questions. Okay, so practically this was my strategy.
So you already knew what you were very good in and what you were not as good in.
Not very good. So So I missed one thing to say actually. So 2 months back, from the point my exam, so in September, I had decided that I'll do this thing first to evaluate what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. So this was already in my mind. So I was keeping track of those things, even in error logs and all. I was keeping track. So I was quite happy with SC and CR. Okay, going around, but RC I was. Even till my last week, I was not good with RC. So I had mailed, I think Payal replied to that mail, and she told me a few things, few tips, how to go about and how to just go through and everything. So actually what I did, I just followed blindly whatever suggestions I got from the e-GMAT experts. And so I didn't put a lot of my own, but my base
You did put a
strategy.
lot of thought and planning based on what I see in
Yeah,
your CV.
yeah.
I will
Planning I
tell
did.
you a
Yeah,
lot more than what most students do, where you
yeah,
really said, I'm going to aim for these abilities, and then how you use your tuck time information,
yeah,
and really said, I'm going to skip these questions
yeah.
because I can. You said you can only answer 38 questions in verbal
Yeah,
essay.
yeah. I actually purposefully I timed myself how many questions I can answer comfortably.
Hmm.
So in my mock test, I used to do that. So I didn't bother about the end score, because ultimately, if I miss 4 to 5 questions in the end, the score will be
It
less.
doesn't matter a whole
Yeah.
lot. That's the
So
beauty of an adaptive test.
yeah. So what I did, I just didn't bother about that, and I just timed myself that I was able to answer 37 to 38 questions properly. Okay. So, and the best thing that I came to know that if given adequate time, I'm able to maintain more than 90-95% accuracy.
Hmm.
So I thought, why not? So all I have to do is skip 5 questions or 4 questions maybe.
Yep.
So probably means that is the
On the
thing.
other hand, if you try and rush, your accuracy drops and your score drops even more.
Yeah, it drops. Yeah, it drops. So that is what I did actually, planning and all. I remember vaguely. I don't remember properly what made me plan all these things, but more or less means my weakness to RC. Sorry, my weakness in RC probably helped me score 740, I guess. So
It's very interesting how you know, once we realize our weakness, it's
yeah,
about that having a realization that we can
yeah,
really
yeah,
work around things. I
yeah,
think we as humans have this ability
yeah.
to do this. It's
Yes.
just that about realizing your weakness, and then you can really just say, okay, I'm going to work around this piece overall.
Yeah. That is the beauty of it actually, and because we are given a means God has gifted us with a beautiful brain for
Hmm.
using it, not to just doing whatever everybody does.
Hmm.
So, and I saw one of your like that score booster webinars.
e-GMAT score
Uh,
booster webinar,
yeah,
yes.
I had seen it like maybe 4 or 5 times in my life, or maybe even more actually.
Okay.
So whenever I feel like what I'm doing, where I'm going wrong,
Hmm.
I used to just go to your means recording I had. So I'll just go to that webinar and I'll just browse through the webinar by skipping a few parts and all.
Hmm.
And then it used to give me a positive thing. So I just did that every 20-30 days. I used to do that even while I
That's
was
good.
not prepared.
I'm happy. Again, you didn't do a lot of things, but whatever
Yeah,
you were very strategic about what you did, and you did it
yeah,
really well. Otherwise, you wouldn't
uh,
get that 90%
yeah.
accuracy.
Yeah, I didn't have had time actually because I'm in client location, so I'm overloaded with work. It's a new client,
Okay.
so it's very important to my company that we perform very well here. It's a new client, and I started this what do you call this team here. So
Got it.
it's horrible. The work situation here is horrible. So I didn't had much time actually, but I made a point that consistency I'll maintain. Means whatever I had learned, I'm not going to give so long a gap that I'll forget everything. So this
Okay.
is what I had. So I maintained a consist, and this is the thing what I told you about that my senior, my mentor, he told me this thing that consistency is the key. You have to keep doing it, even if you don't get time. Still, at least do 5 questions. If one day you are so tired you are not able to do anything, at least you should do at least like 5 questions each, like 5 questions from quant, 5 questions from SC and CR. And
Okay.
RC I was always weak with RC. I was not confident with RC, so I followed blindly something what he told me that just practice 4 to 6 RC passages every day. So I did that. I didn't even recorded my time. I didn't checked how I'm improving or anything. I just did that, and my accuracy in RC was good, but my timing was very bad. So I came to know that with this analysis that my logically I'm not bad. Okay, logically I can understand the questions. I can
Logically, if you were bad,
yeah,
you would not do well either in SC or
yeah,
CR.
yeah. So I thought just time is a issue that somehow it will fall in place. I had this hope and faith, I guess, that somehow it will come in place. So finally it did.
So now that you have a 740 and you're
Yeah,
applying for IMA, B, ISB, and which
yeah.
other school are you planning to apply to?
I haven't actually. I had not decided prior to this that which schools I'm going to apply. I had decided IIMs I'm going to apply. I'm more inclined to study in India itself, and IIM Ahmedabad will be obviously my first priority, and ISB. And apart from that, I'm going to apply in Singapore, I guess. NUS.
NUS.
Yeah, NUS I'll apply.
Okay.
And Cambridge, I've already sent my score to Cambridge in the 5 out of the 5 schools. One of them is,
Okay.
and I'm not decided actually which schools
If
I'm
I
going to.
remember from last year, Cambridge has a
Yeah,
very different application than its
yeah,
application
yeah,
is very non-traditional.
yeah, non-traditional. I have visited. I'm in UK. I've already visited Cambridge,
Oh, it's
Oxford,
a
and
beautiful campus.
yeah, campuses are awesome. Like if someone just visit the campus, definitely that guy is
Yes,
going
yes,
to.
yes, yes. I lived in Cambridge for
Yeah,
5 days,
yeah.
yeah, about 15 years back, and
Okay.
it was just the campus is beautiful.
It's beautiful,
Punting
beautiful.
is really good
Yeah,
over there.
yeah. The architecture here in UK, I think in almost all the cities they have this kind of buildings, architectural
Oh, it's very
marvel.
unique. UK
Yeah,
that way is very unique. Every
yeah,
city has its own
yeah,
flair to it.
yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, Cambridge is very nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. And I also went to this London Business School, but
LBS, okay, yeah.
yeah, LBS, but I couldn't go inside because I was on a tight schedule.
Yeah,
I had to.
LBS is basically you won't even realize you've reached LBS.
Yeah, yeah. It means
It's like it's just like another building, and then you go
another
inside,
building.
then it's different.
Yeah, I didn't go inside actually. From outside, it's just like any modern day
Yeah,
apartment.
it doesn't seem like, oh, it's a special business school, whereas
Yeah,
Cambridge
yeah,
is very
yeah,
different that way.
yeah. Actually, I didn't even plan to go to LBS. It just came up in my way. So I was just walking and I saw that, okay, this is LBS, right? Okay, fine. I'll,
I would recommend, I mean, since you're already there, go visit LBS, talk to
yeah,
people over
yeah,
there.
yeah. So
Which city are you in right now?
I'm in Derby actually. It's near Birmingham. Yeah,
Near Birmingham, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, go up to London and
yeah.
and
Yeah,
and
London actually. I'm visiting London every month actually.
so
So
yeah, go up there. I'm sure they have some open house events on the
yeah,
weekends
yeah,
too.
yeah, they have.
So, and what is this, November? So you'll meet all the students there as well. So I went there during summer. There were only very few students when I went there.
Yeah,
But I mean, right now you'll find the entire class to be there. So I think it's a good time
yeah.
to go visit.
It's a good time. Yeah, yeah. I'll definitely go, bro. I have planned next month. Let's see what happens. And another thing, I have applied for this. I'm Ahmedabad, right? So their interview is location. I have selected London. So if
Okay.
both of the visit means I can like
Visit LBS and do.
yeah
Yeah.
do this one. So I'm planning that way.
Hmm.
So let's see what happens.
All right. So prepare well for the interviews. What I would say,
Yeah,
rehearse.
yeah,
So I think here's what I would really say. When it comes to the interview, it's very similar to preparing for the GMAT.
yeah,
Preempt the questions, rehearse in front of the mirror,
yeah.
make sure your thought process as well as your answers are organized.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that's something that has to really happen.
Yeah.
Record your interview in front of the mirror,
Okay. Yeah.
then listen to that recording. It
Yeah.
seems odd, it's difficult to do. I mean, as we as humans don't like to listen to
Yeah.
ourselves,
Yeah.
but do that, and I will tell you,
Yeah.
it would probably be the biggest difference that it can make in the outcome of your interview. You have an amazing GMAT score.
Yeah.
You have a decent profile. You're right now working for or working at Bombardier. I don't know if you're
Yeah.
working for
Yeah. No. No.
Bombardier or not.
At Bombardier. Yeah.
Yes, so good company,
Yeah.
um, and they'll make lovely airplanes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But I'm a train design engineer. I design trains.
okay, so that's even good actually. So
Mm.
so yeah, I mean, essentially, I think just do this last bit right,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it'd be very. I mean, I can really see you going into either ISB or IIMA,
Yeah.
and both are really good options.
Yeah. Both are good. Actually, I haven't given much of a thought about this schools and all. Especially US schools means which schools I can apply to and which are out of my reach. Those kind of things. Uh, Probably I'll have to start doing those kind of research now because it's January is the ground second, I guess.
Yes,
For
it's yes.
most of the
5th of January is when art starts, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So I don't have much time, so I'll have to do. So I had one question for you, like in US specifically, which schools should I target? Like
What do you want to do is the question.
I want to do in the long term. Actually, what I want to do is I want to open my own business actually, and I want to be a train equipment supplier. I already have tried my hand there. I have a bit of like entrepreneurship experience already.
What do you want
So
to do right after you graduate?
right after my graduation, I want to work in this my sector only as a product manager or maybe a program manager, something like that.
See, product management, there are different schools. Okay. UCLA Anderson is a very good school in product management, but it's very technology focused.
Okay.
If you were to work, so you want to work in the in when you say your sector, you consider your sector to be what? Railways, aerospace, what is it?
Railways
Rail
only.
sector. I am actually, this is I am really sorry to say that I can't be of a lot
Yeah,
of help to you.
this is actually this
And
sector
again,
is
for the very
like
simple reason that railways in US are not very, I mean, they're not very commonplace.
not commonplace.
And in Europe, I'm sure every school pretty much deals with it.
Yeah, but
Leeds, for
even
example,
okay,
in
sorry,
UK
sorry.
deals with railways.
Yeah. I've spoken to many schools actually. Even they don't have this like proper like rail companies. They are not hiring from
Yes, they
those
won't
schools.
hire MBAs.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
if you said aerospace, so I would say go to Washington State, University of Washington.
yeah.
In the mechanical side, San Diego, Washington, so Southern California and then Washington State are two places where I would recommend. On the industrial side, you have northwestern US. You go to Minneapolis, Minnesota, that area. There you have the likes of United Technologies, Honeywell, uh, GE.
GE. I used to work for GE earlier.
So you have those companies over there, and so if you target business schools around at those places. Similarly, on the mechanical side, Texas is really good as well. Texas and Louisiana, again, lots of oil companies over there, and they do hire MBAs. So, but a rail as such is I haven't. I mean, again, I'm sure some of them do. It's not a big employer.
Yeah, it's not a big employer, that I'm aware of it. But the thing is that I don't want to change my industry right away. Like I don't want to do it at all because I'm really good at what I do. Means I can
So
say
then I would say stick to
I'm
business schools.
I means in when I used to work for Alstom, like there were at least like 600 700 guys total, all the suppliers and all everything. I was actually one of the best out of those. So means I don't want to lose that.
So again, and I'm not asking you to do, all I'm really saying is then choose a business school accordingly.
For last 1 year, I have been searching for which business school will be a right fit for me in order to get into a companies like this, what I want, but still no result.
So again, you look at, here is what I would really say you do. I'll tell you, use data. Okay. Create a list of companies where you want to work and the positions that you want to work in. Okay. Go to LinkedIn. Okay. Spend $30 to get their premium subscription. You've done that?
I had done it, but now I don't have it, I guess.
So, and essentially look at those companies and those positions and see which business schools have they come from. You can do the query search overall in the premium search in LinkedIn. Okay, you can say, I want to target people who work in this location, who work at this company in this position, and download that list in Excel, analyze their education.
That's a good idea. I can do
that. That way if you see certain business schools coming out to be very common, there you have it.
That's right.
So when things you don't get data that way, you reverse engineer it.
Yeah, reverse engineering.
basically.
That's what we do, engineers.
So yeah, it was really good talking to you, Alok. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, and do stay in touch.
Yeah, definitely, Rajat. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you have attended any of the webinars conducted by Maria on how to build an amazing resume or how to build an application. So we have one such webinar this weekend. Definitely attend that.
Yeah, I'll attend it. Now is the time, I guess.
Now is the time, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Rajat.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks a
Good
lot.
luck.
Yeah, thanks.